Welcome back to Modern Mondays at Guardian Games. We have found a backup match for y'all.
Wait, stop. Hammer
Uh,
time.
yes. God, you have me so nervous there. That was such a real it was such an intense stop. I really thought that the booth was just burning down or the audio had gone out or
That's why I had to bring us in.
wait.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is Hammer Time. I was like, why is there a slippery bogle in Hammer Time?
We got Stoneforge. What do you think Stoneforge is searching up? Most people would say Stoneforge, Batterskull, or maybe you get your Sword of Feast and Famine. Oh, we're getting Sword of Fire now.
SoFi. That's kind of interesting. So John is actually kind of thinking we're going to go for maybe an attrition match here.
Yeah, it feels like that's probably a sideboard card.
Yeah. Players adding a little bit of flavor to the matchup, adding their voices to the song that is this match. Chris sitting on a Force of Negation in hand. Unfortunately, Stoneforge Mystic definitely is good against Force of Negation if you're trying to make sure you can push an equipment through to the battlefield.
That boggle's so slippery.
Jonathan, a human after my own heart with the pink sleeves. Nothing better looking than Magic cards than pink sleeves. It's just the perfect accent for any Magic card.
I like pink a lot in life, but I feel like I'm a big fan of just like your generic black sleeves. I use a jet actually for the little extra shiny.
I like to express myself in color.
I know I get worried because you're always talking about feeling yellow.
Anyway, oh my gosh.
Converting everyone onto Dragon Shield
Yes,
jets.
just some Travis disciples up in chat.
I buy him by the case, man. Buy him by the case.
God. All right. SoFi is onto the
I
battlefield.
feel like it might get bounced.
In response to your fetch. Yep.
Okay. Brazen Bar, we're going to see some petty theft up in her.
Whoa. They're getting excited.
Yeah, I like petty theft.
You like going on adventures?
Yeah. I also love that it's called petty theft. Like, petty theft because they're going to get it back, like they caught me. They caught me, and it's just kind of a little deal. Like, I just kind of took this sword for a minute. I just want to try it out, and you're going to, eventually you're going to find me and take it back. But
So I feel like Chris maybe slightly telegraphing what are presenting a bluff.
run it out. Petty theft. Holy cow, did you hire all the people to come in and chat and just support your opinions? People are supporting your pawns opinions. People are supporting your sleeve opinions. I feel like you're like Pete Buttigieg up in here and you've hijacked the chat with your payment to the chat app or something.
Well, I'll get the dance on before match 4.
All right, this 100% has to get the.
Sure. So before blocks.
Okay, this is gonna get the petty theft. You have earned the petty theft.
I do really like Brazen Borrower a lot as a card. I like the adventure mechanic. I like how it interacts with the stack and while it's in your deck and stuff. I feel like those are really interesting rules.
I like that it doesn't get to go on an adventure if you stop its petty theft. It's like, well, I had this life goal, and that's to commit petty theft, and now that you've counterspelled that, I have no reason to go on this adventure anymore.
Bounce it back to your hand.
Well,
Before blocks. Yeah.
still before blocks.
Total. Okay. Draw.
Okay, all right. So the thing about Ice Fang Quaddle is it doesn't have Death Touch if you don't have 3 snow permanents, but Slippery Bogle is a 1/1.
Yeah, and I would call that a 2-for-1. Or maybe I'd call that a 2.5 for 1. It's hard to say.
Because petty theft, you're gonna
Yeah,
like.
I was wondering how you factor that in there.
Yeah.
Maybe like a 2.133333333.
No, I kind of like sitting that at 0.5. The tempo swing, the mana swing there was 4 mana. It was an equip cost and Stoneforge cost from the previous turn, so I'm willing to toss a full 0.5.
Oh, what are we getting now?
Seems good. Yeah, right.
Do we have Batter Skull in the deck?
I would.
Fucking shadow.
I had to think about that. I was gonna say yes, but
But no, we're going for Shadow Spear.
okay. That's a reader for all of us.
Pastor?
Someone hasn't played a lot of Theros Limited.
Let's take a look at the old Shadow Spear. Card that I have kind of reserved judgment on. I was initially looking at it in Is It in Soul and Pioneer as a possible sideboard card. I've kind of grown a little cold on it in that format.
It feels very medium. I mean, it's efficient in terms of cost, but I don't know. I would have rather had Batter Skull at this point.
Yeah, that's why I was looking at it in Pioneer.
Well, I'm looking at it in the context of the actual match we're playing right now.
I don't even know why I come anymore.
Someone has to set up the computers. Oh. What do you think about this, Teferi? Oh, look at the value.
Draw card.
You get to play another Stoneforge?
Chris just wants to know exactly how many and which equipments Jonathan's still playing in the
It's like,
deck.
what else you got?
There's only one way to find out. I want to see Jonathan just run out to chase the Mind Sculptor and just fetch them all away and then just play the Stoneforge Mystic again, fetch them back out. The old card advantage play.
Jonathan sides into like a...
Okay.
Jace.
That card's
What?
something like assemble the armory.
I have
Assemble the
Oh,
forge.
that's a Shaper's... Steel Shaper's Gift. You cost 1, and you get to go search for an equipment.
Okay.
And I forget if you put it on the top of your library or in your hand. I have brewed with this in the past to no final effect.
I don't know.
It's serious business.
Serious business.
Goes to hand. Great. Oh, I mean, it just seems like a really good rate. But then it's like Stoneforge is just like the better card because it's actual card advantage. But it feels like if there ever was a combo-y, I don't know, like 1 mana tutor, card goes to your hand. Seems pretty good.
Yeah, it's not that common that you are able to find 1 mana tutors that just straight up put the card in your hand. So, I mean, it's pretty powerful. Like usually you have to pay for it in card advantage. All those kind of old tutors, Enlightened Tutor, Mystical Tutor, Worldly Tutor, Vampiric Tutor, you're paying for it.
It's cute, man.
But Steel Shaper's Gift is just kind of hanging around waiting to be broken, so.
I feel like they're not really printing that great equipments anymore these days. They learned a lesson.
Yeah, they've definitely gotten a little more scurred.
I was a little naked little boggle there that just got blocked by Ice Fang.
Well, let's be complete about this. It had a sword. It had a sword of fire and ice, and then the petty theft hit, and then it was left naked without its sword, and then it was blocked by an Ice Fang coil.
Planes. Comes in tap, right? Mm-hmm.
What do you think the likelihood that Jonathan is now going to play the Stoneforge and search the deck again is? I'm going to say high.
Yeah, I'm gonna also give it high. I'm not interested in losing multiple beers in bets tonight, so we're gonna go high.
Okay.
And then untap to play Stoneforge.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So
I'll go ahead and get my.
Jonathan is a really nice person and a good Magic player. And I'm not using this moment to pick on Jonathan, but this is something where when you're trying for time management, it's important to know like shuffling is a huge part of Modern especially, and how to like minimize that or shortcut it when it's not going to be relevant for a turn phase. So that's a situation where, instead of shuffling and presenting after Steel Shapers, you could have just, ask if you can resolve Stoneforge, and then if so, shuffle past the turn. So just a minor point of order, I guess.
Sure. This matchup doesn't feel good for Jonathan. I don't know how you're currently feeling, but I'm feeling like it's going to be hard to win if I'm on Jonathan's side.
I don't know. It feels like Christopher did a bunch of things, but that Jonathan's not down cards. Still has a whole grip of cards, so.
Yeah, but Teferi's out there. Is that hammers? That's supposed to be in hand, right? There we go.
Yeah, that's a good point, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
Christopher is going to be able to play sorceries on Jonathan's turn. Teferi can bounce things, but I still think it needs another uptick to bounce something, and then it would take itself off the board, so.
Yep.
I don't know.
I mean, it looks like Jonathan's seriously considering just run out the sword and equip it, but I think this is going to get a force of negation, as this feels like the card that matters at the moment. And this was kind of the reason why we saw Jonathan use the Stoneforge to put it out earlier, was you do run the risk with Force of Negation. And actually that sword should be exiled.
Yeah.
Don't think it's going to matter, but
if it does matter, we'll go interrupt the players. I don't think it will.
It's been hard to get used to that part of Force of Negation. I think after playing you like 5 or 6 times and having you remind me, I finally have not missed it.
Oh yeah, that was a
while.
mystical dispute, not Force of Negation. Chat caught it.
Okay.
We just saw the 3 mana, the blue spell, and we know that Christopher had a Force.
Yeah, so Chris must still have the Force in hand.
Looks like we have is that a Force of Negation and a Path? So, yeah, I mean, Christopher doesn't have a whole lot if Jonathan is able to, use Stoneforge instead of casting the equipments, and might take a couple turns, but probably be able to attack with a creature, hopefully, at some point.
That's true. I mean, if you're on John's side, you probably still have to assume that Chris is holding up some interaction for your creature, but I don't know, you have a lot of cards in hand, so you can probably afford to like take a 2-for-1. Just burn some cards here to at least put Chris to the test. Chris has 2 cards in hand here, so you're playing a deck that puts people to the test. Like, can you interact, and if not, might just win with the hammer.
That's funny. Chat's giving us a little bit of a dig, but it's true. Patience.
I'm not going to say it, but I feel like you've set the stage for Chat's unwieldy behavior.
Yeah.
Oh, hammer. Just play stuff out, Jonathan. You got this.
You have so many cards in hand. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. John with the let's do it. We're going to cheat the hammer onto probably the Blighted Agent here. And so this is where Chris has to decide, do you Force of Negation to try and keep the path in hand?
That's a creature, right?
No, that card allows you to equip, lets you equip something for free.
Oh, right. Which card was that?
I don't know. A red card that lets you equip for free. Chat help.
Man, amateur hour in the booth up here. Sorry, guys.
He's playing Jeskai Hammertime. Magnetic Theft.
That's a sweet name.
No, you're good. Yeah.
All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and play the Shadow Spear, and I'll pass turn.
Okay.
Fetch. Go to 14.
Chat's just been, you guys have been pretty good. I'll be honest. You've been pretty good with the card names.
Yep. Seems good.
Yeah, go for a path. Cut.
Okay, well, I'm not going to look stupid, and I will say that the Blighted Agent should be exiled from the path.
Yeah.
And that one, I'm right about.
We'll go out there when it's relevant. I still think Jonathan's got a shot at this one, to be honest.
And Abolitioner.
Ooh, okay. Okay. Grand Abolitioner, this is a card. I have seriously considered this card in a number of formats. Grand Abolish. I think it's Grand Abolisher.
Right?
There we go.
It's like, you got a Teferi, well, I got this one.
Yeah, Grand Abolisher in combo decks is very good. Like, it's a bear, so, you know, I can't say, I mean, a bear's not that bad. And it's a bear that means your opponent can't stop you from doing what you want to do on your turn,
The Bears.
which is big.
Getting close on my lands here.
Are we gonna equip Shadow Spear to a
one.
Ink Moth?
Yeah,
I'm going to activate my one.
sure.
Kinda like
I'm
it.
going to pay 2.
Yep.
I'm going to equip it with Shadow Spear. I'm going to swing it to fair.
Fair goes to 2.
Okay, I like this.
You got it. You're at 11.
Yep.
My go.
Yep.
I think that's...
Teferi was the target, not
okay.
Christopher.
All right, well, we'll get the...
We're ready. We're
We'll
ready
get the
with
infect stuff up there just in case.
You can't. I can't cast any spells.
During my turn.
I can't cast
Cast
no spells.
Now.
Go to 3.
How does it feel now?
Go to 7.
He was at 11, right?
Maybe we
Here you go.
took a damage?
Alright. Okay. Here we go.
All right,
Go
I
ahead
mean,
and,
Chris can't do anything this turn,
activate-
so...
Exalted, there you go.
You got one
I did.
card?
I heard attack for 3 and then go to 7. I didn't hear
I'm gonna
Exalted
go
trigger,
ahead
but
Oh,
and
okay.
Play a Magnetic Theft.
I
for
mean,
my Grand Abolitioner.
that's...
I'm gonna go ahead and pay 2 and play Shadow Spear here.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and swing
interesting.
to Fairy so I don't get shit bounced.
How much is it?
It's
Wait, why don't we
13.
just... Why are we not...
trample.
Am I missing? Oh, because you can just get blocked if we...
Yeah.
The
Next time
Spell
around,
Queller
your
can
turn
just
1.
block if we're going
Yeah.
for the
Oh,
win here,
on turn
so...
five.
Yeah.
Oh shit, my go.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
mean-
let's get a time extension because of this moving.
Sarker's got trample, huh?
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna be turn 1. I think we're gonna fucking go to draw, but
Maybe. This
Yeah.
guy's big and he has trample on my flank.
yeah, you're going.
So 17.
Yep.
So. Oh, draw meaning I hear you. Cigar to save.
Yeah, I can't do nothing about it. Yeah.
Colossus Hammer.
Yeah.
Colossus Hammer.
Oh my gosh! How big is that? No
This
way!
guy. I have my third one with
Just a Grand Abolisher with just like 3 Thor's hammers.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
That was some tricky
Oh,
moves there. I mean, you
buddy.
took my frickin',
Lifelink
I put some
trample.
thought into some of what I was doing there, just with all your
Oh, buddy, that's fun.
that was
we got to get these life totals correct here.
a couple mistakes.
Like,